Hi, what's up, everyone? It's Kathy. I know it's been a long time, but it's for a good reason. So, I have been, helping a lot of you open beauty supply stores, and I've been working on more ways for you to consume the content that I create so that you can go ahead and open your own beauty supply store and be successful. So, I have some good news. We did launch podcast. So the podcast is called Beauty Supply Secrets because I'll be sharing all the secrets that you need to run a thriving and successful business. And we'll also be tackling ways to open your store. For example, this video today will also be helping you make decisions on how it's the best way for you to open your own beauty supply store. So if you see me looking down here, I'm looking at the content that I did prepare before ahead of time so that we can talk more about it, okay? All right, so this topic will be, should you open a brick and mortar store right away, or should you consider maybe opening a beauty supply store online and then transition to brick and mortar, right? So most people go online, then go brick and mortar. Some people just start online, keep it online. Some people go brick and mortar, then condense down and go online. And some people just start with a store without going online at all, right? So there's different ways that you can do it. But let's see which one makes more sense. Like, what would be the things that you're looking at to decide which is the best way to do it? Okay? All right. So if you're choosing to start, if you see me looking down, it's I have a little setup here, so I'll just leave it up a little bit. I have my computer and I have the microphone so that you can get better quality sound. All right. So obviously, starting out online is gonna be a little bit cheaper than opening a brick and mortar store, just because initial startup costs, you don't have things like build out, rents, rent deposit, fixtures, and inventory too. You might not need to have it right away on hand. If you can get maybe like a local cash and carry where you can just run real quick, buy what you need, and then ship it out, right? Or even hair, you might not need to have all the hair in the store. I mean, in your warehouse, location, home, whatever, where you choose to store your items before you ship them out. So obviously your cost is going to be a little bit lower. Positive thing with an online store is the wider reach. So as a local beauty supply store, I'm only depending on the people who come to my location. I don't have access to like people out of my location. Like, if someone was to drive an hour, it's not worth it for them. But if you're an online store, you can have people like literally all over the country, even out of the country, because you can ship it to them. It's good to be online because you can test the market. So, if you don't know my story and how I got into the beauty supply industry, I kind of got in because of testing the market. So I was selling bundles and wigs. I was making wigs and I was thinking of expanding my business. That's how I ended up here. Like the whole story, I gave it out in another video. But because I tested the market and I saw that there was a need for what I was offering, that's how I ended up now opening a beauty supply store, because now I knew what my clients are looking for and what I can offer for them. Okay. All right, and then there's flexibility. So obviously, it's very flexible to have a beauty supply store online because, like, I deal a lot. Well, even starting out, like just keeping times, you have to be open on time. Sometimes the employee doesn't show up. It's not flexible for me, so I can't even like travel because I'm the one in the store. But obviously with time, after I had like good trainees, good employees who are well trained, I can leave them in the store and I'll still feel comfortable to take a vacation or something like that. So it's more flexible when you're online because you can still maybe automate shipping at some point. Like you can take your items to a fulfillment facility, so a fulfillment facility will have your inventory, and when an order comes in they can ship it out. So you don't have to do the shipping yourself, the packing and shipping yourself. You can use a fulfillment facility, so it's clearly like off hands. Obviously you have to be making money for you to consider an option like that. Those are okay 4 points on why online is good. Then gonna go to points where brick and mortar is good, and then we'll look at how can you like have a hybrid of both. Like how can you mash them up and have something that works out. Again, if you're wondering like, okay, Kathy, you're just talking about the positive, where is the negative? So I will tackle that. All right, so is it better to open a brick and mortar store directly? Establishing local presence. Okay, so it's good to just start out right away, especially if you already know there's a need in your community. So let's say some of you reach out to me and we're talking to see how we can be able to help you open your own beauty supply store. We realize that some of you are like, the next store that's closer to you is like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. Like, it's really far from that. Okay. And then, so one second. Establishing a local presence. So it's obviously important, especially if you know there's a need for a local presence in your location. Like, some of you we talking, you're telling me like you have to drive 30 minutes, 40 minutes, even an hour to reach the next available beauty supply store. So that means that the location that you have is pretty good, and you can just go ahead and open a brick and mortar store, because you'll be serving the local people in your area, in-person customer experience. So this is actually one of the main reasons why I ended up with my own beauty supply store, because people wanted to try the wigs that I was making, and they would have to come to my um, house to try them out, and that did not feel very confident or very comfortable to do that, because I just, it didn't sound right to me. So that's why opening a store was very important for me, because I knew I could definitely take care of that group of people. All right, and then brand visibility. So I know, like how online is sometimes, like you don't really know who you're purchasing items from, and just because you don't know, you are worried, like you might pay for something and it doesn't show up. All the online scams, right? So obviously having a physical location kind of takes that out of the way, so then people can trust you more, because you have a physical location. You're not going to run away because of $200. I mean, so then the brand visibility, like they see you have a physical location. I mean, some of you have told me this too, like the only reason why you choose me to help you open your own beauty supply store is because I have my own beauty supply store. So you can see that I'm actually in the industry, and I'm helping you achieve exactly what I'm achieving, right? I'm helping you have something like this, right? If you're telling me this is what I need, like literally whatever I have here is what I can help you achieve. I'm not saying like, oh, I don't have it, but I can show you. Like, I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so obviously having a physical location is good for my both businesses, where I help you open a store in my own physical location, because it shows that I'm a established business, right? Actually, that reminds me. So, this week I had this lady that I was helping out. She told me she's 23 years old. So, I'm guessing she's making these decisions because of how old she is. But she was saying that, oh, I only want to pay you with PayPal because I don't want to be out of money. And I'm like, I'm, I'm going to run away. Like, I'm not going to deliver, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't do PayPal. There's no way for PayPal to transact digital products. So there's no way for me to prove to PayPal that I actually helped you, because I don't have like a tracking number to show that items got to you. So that's why I will not take PayPal. So if PayPal is such a huge deal, then I might not be able to help you, and that's okay. You can go to the other people who are doing this. I know they charge $10,000, $15,000, $30,000, even $40,000, and you guys still don't get that help that you're looking for, because you still come back to me with things that you still need. So it's up to you. Targeting a specific demographic. So with your beauty supply store, having a physical location, you can get a specific demographic, right? So let's say you're in an area where it has like mainly Black and African American people that live there, right? So that will be your target location. So you want to have more products like that. Let's say you're in a mixed area where there's like Hispanic and Black, then you can have products for that. Let's say you're in another area that has like both, Black, African American, Hispanic, Caucasian, then you can have products that cater to that. So you can curate your inventory based on the location you're in, so you can have a targeted specific demographic, and the target will also be with your audience, like who are the people that are in there that you're selling. Now you're like, Kathy, I see that this is better, this is better. Like, I'm still, how can I mash them up, or how can I really, like, really, really decide? So let's look at hybrid options where you can maybe take both of best worlds and just come up with your own thing. That's the beauty of business. Like, you can literally create anything as long as there's a need for it and you're successful and you do it right. You can just blow up, right? Like, even Amazon, there was no need for Amazon when Amazon came. Like, it was just to exchange books. No one was buying, bed, what, shoes. Like, no one was doing that, right? That's why, other stores kind of like got taken out, because it was a whole new thing. So you can create your own whole new thing. Okay. The hybrid. So how can you do it both? Well, there's like pop-up shops, right? So you can still be online but then attend pop-up shops. So pop-up events, I have gone to one. I should probably share that experience in another video, but just pop-up wasn't working for me. But there's some people who have done pop-ups that have worked very well for them. So you can do that. Go show your products physically, let your people touch them, feel them, and then if they want to order, you can send them all that traffic to your website and just do sales that way. All right, online to offline strategy. So I guess this is where I come in again. So I was predominantly online, and then when I had this location, I kind of shut down online activities and just transitioned fully to physical location. I should probably go back, but we'll see. I'm thinking about it. All right, and then market research. So conducting through market research, understand your target audience, preferences. Then let's say your clients coming to your store, right? And then they find a product that they like. So I'm just going to give an example. Let's grab whatever this is. So this is a bundle, synthetic bundle, right? It feels really good. Pretty decent price. This is 24-inch blonde, and this goes for $19.99. So clients come in first time, sees it, touches it, buys it, likes it. So they're home, they're like, you know what, I really like that specific hair that I bought from, this store, my store. Maybe I can order it online and not have to go back there, because they've already felt it. They know exactly what they're getting, so they can just buy it online and not have to make the trip here, right? So that would be a good thing to have, like, kind of both experiences. All right, and then the ultimate choice though has to be you. Obviously, cost is a huge factor. So if the cost is not a huge factor, I would say go ahead and just go straight to physical location. But if it is a huge factor, then start online, save some money. And even I know you mentioned pop-ups, but you can also do like door to door, but like not people's doors, but like salons, barber shops, and maybe places where your community will be hanging out, like park, church. I mean, be creative, figure it out. All right. Look at the disadvantages of having an online store. So, intense competition. OMG. I think this is why I'm probably not online, because the competition is like so high. So, if you're looking at beauty supply stores, there's like mainly I would say like maybe like 5 huge websites where everyone just buys from there, and then there's everybody else. So I don't know how that's working out. We might maybe need to have a guest come in and tell us how their online story is working out, so that we can hear their version of the story. But those prices are really competitive. Like, okay, so there's online store that's close to my store. It's called Sam's Beauty. I've probably mentioned them in a podcast that I did, but their items are usually so cheap. So let's say I buy a wig, I don't know, for $24, right? So I'm expected to sell it for like $48, right? But they sell it for like $32, $34. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, if my clients knew. Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. So online is really tough. Competition is like very, very, very high. Is digital marketing investment. So if people don't know your name, or you're not like a brand name, you want to appear like top of the search engine. So how do you do that? Obviously, you have to invest a lot in digital marketing, so that by those SEOs names, so that you can rank up higher than the competition. And so that, because I mean, who goes to the next page of Google? Like, once I search, I just look at the first page, get whatever I need. Like, no one really goes to like second page, third page. So you're gonna have to invest in some marketing to like appear in the top pages. And logistics and shipping. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. So I'm helping this lady. She's in Colorado. I was shipping products to her, and I did 6 boxes, like 6 huge boxes. You've seen me unbox those boxes, right? So like 6 huge ones. I packed wigs for her, and I sent that out to her. Shipping for those 6 boxes was $400. I kid you not, like $10. Like, it was just so high. So yeah, shipping online is gonna kill you. So you have to find that perfect sweet balance. I don't know how people do it. So obviously you can see I am not on that side. I'm showing my biasness right now. Okay. All right. Then lack of in-person transactions. So the thing is though, like online, no one is really like talking to your clients and giving them suggestions. Like just today I had someone asking like, should I buy a holding spray or should I buy a mousse for my wig? I'm trying to care for it, da, da, da. So you see, I can help this person. They were actually holding a spritz. I was like, yeah, you don't want a spritz, it's gonna stiffen up your hair. But when your clients are doing this online, like, who's there to talk to them and tell them like, hey, don't pick this, pick these, what do you need it for, like maybe do this. Like, no one is really helping that personalized shopping experience of opening a brick and mortar store. All right, obviously cost, it's gonna cost you. Okay, so save some money so you can do this right. You're gonna have to pay rents, fixtures, ton of inventory, and other just things like licenses, permits, stuff like that, and probably even consultant, or just even study maybe courses and stuff like that to learn like marketing, branding, accounting, HR, PR, like all those things that you need to run a successful beauty supply store. That's a brick and mortar store. All right. Obviously, if you're wondering like, what is it really gonna cost? Someone reached out to me. This was when I was doing the pre-sale for the self-paced course that we just closed last week. So this lady was asking me like, Kathy, what's a sweet spot of how much I should be spending? I was telling her, really, there's no sweet spot. You can really work with any budget, but obviously I have a preference, like what I would prefer you to have, but I'm gonna help you either way, right? So if you're wondering what that is, then I'll link that video in the comments or show notes so that you can go see that. It's gonna talk about all the costs that you'll experience while you're opening your beauty supply store. It's called the true cost of opening a beauty supply store. Okay, all right, you'll go watch that. All right, and then limited geographic reach. So obviously, like I said, I'm not able to sell to people who are like an hour away, 2 hours away. I'm only dealing with the people who are right here. Okay. We have adaptability challenges. So, a brick and mortar store may face adapting to market trends and stuff like that harder like than online. So let me give an example. Let's say a new thing just came up, right? Like if I have inventory right here, like how am I gonna just put the inventory away and bring in new inventory? Like, let's say people are now shopping, like this interactive shopping where you have like a kiosk, and if someone just walks in, they can just tap on the, like how McDonald's is. So imagine we're doing something like that. Like, I would have to maybe put all the inventory in a system that can, like, it's just harder to move things with a brick and mortar store. While online, you can just literally just change the page and have the whole new thing going, right? Even just, let's say it's season. So let's say like right now we just finished Halloween, right? So on your website, you can just add some Halloween things and just make it fun. Then when it's gone, take that page out, put Christmas decorations in, and just keep it going. But for a store, you have to like literally decorate and all that. Like, you see how a store would be not too hard, but yeah, adapting would take a while. All right, operational hours and overhead. Like I said, I have been struggling for a while, like when I started out, to get employees, have them do it the way you really, really want to do it. So with online, much easier. Like, it's not that hard. It's just let the customer do everything. Your work is just to pick the right thing that they picked, put it, park it, and ship it, right? But here there's just all this training, like so right now I'm training a new set of employees. So this one girl, the client walked in and she said like, hey, is there anything I can help you find? And the clients just walked right past her, so she got pissed. Then she didn't respond. So the clients came, walked around the store. Then I went and I approached them and talked to them. I helped them out and everything. So then they left. Then I asked her, okay, so the client did not say hi to you, but I didn't see you come back to say hi again or just find out if they need any help. She's like, oh well, I talked to them and they didn't respond. So you don't want to say hi to the client, like, they're not obliged to talk to you, but you are obliged to help them. Like, that's why you're here. This is your job. So even when they ignore you the first time, still say hi again and again and again, because you need to help them. Not like hi 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 hi, no, like hi, let them walk around and be like, hi, I see you're still looking around. I can show you some nice things we have these new things and these new things and these new things. Like, okay, like you don't have to just help them. You can show them new things. You can show them, oh, have you seen this new growth oil? Or hey, have you seen this new ponytail? Speaking of, let me show you a new ponytail that we received. Okay, one sec. All right, have you guys seen this? So it's a 30-second pony flexi pack like that. And then if you're wondering how do you put it on, has like some instructions there. If it's not too clear, I will probably put a picture. Okay, so anyway, this is what it looks like. There you go. So it has a wire in there like that. So what you would do is, let's say I'm putting my ponytail right here. So I would stick that through my hair, and then you see this piece, I would like go around like that.
Okay, so you can pay for this with cards.
Like that.
The services with cash.
There. There. So you can do that. Just say slots.
The second floor.
Slots.
The slot.
Yeah. Alright. So that's it. New item in the block. I was talking about operation hours and overheads. Alright. Consider a hybrid approach. So I did show you like a few examples, but I have a few last examples. So balancing costs and visibility. So a hybrid approach will allow you to start with low budget online and then go to a physical store, right? And then minimizing risk. So let's say you start online, doesn't pick up, or do pop-ups, still no interest. Then you can just say like, yeah, so I'm just gonna bounce that. Like, instead of opening and then closing in like the next a year or two, maybe some people just open just because of the idea of having a beauty supply. So like, do your research, test it out, see, is it really needed, is it really worth it, All right, gradual expansion. So I'll say this over and over and over again, like, yeah, gradual. So don't feel like you need to be a Walmart right away. You can start like literally 30,000, then just grow. Don't feel like you need 100,000 to start. Just, you're gonna have to be lean, cut costs. Actually, I'm doing another video just after this. I'll show you how to cut costs, like completely, like cut it down and open a successful and thriving beauty supply store. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, and then customer feedback integration. So this is very good actually. The people that I have in my mastermind, so these are like the beauty supply insider riders, like they ride in the inside circle. All right, so my insider riders, we did talk about the customer feedback integration, because customer feedback is gonna help you thrive. It's gonna help you be exactly what's needed in your community. Like, just listen, hear them out. Sometimes it's crazy, but just hear them out. So yeah, just integrate some feedback. Some is out of a place of helping, and some is just spite. So you're gonna have to have a thick skin for that. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. I'm your host again, Kathy, and if you need any help, I'll put in the links down so you can access our Facebook group. You can book a call with me if you need to know how we, Beauty Supply Insider, can help you open your very own beauty supply store in your community. All right, see ya. Bye bye.